I ask my terminal one question every morning. What's next? And it tells me exactly what to focus on. No briefing, no context switching. It already knows my business, my projects, and my priorities. That's the end result. And here's what I was solving. Running a business solo usually means wearing 100 different hats. Docs in Notion, tasks in Asana, email clients in Gmail, decisions in Slack thread nobody can find. I'd lose 20 to 30 minutes every morning figuring out what mattered. So instead of hiring a team I couldn't afford yet, I built my AI CEO right in my terminal. One system, everything's connected, and I called him Chris. In the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how the whole system works and how you can copy it. Before I show you the files, you have to understand one thing. And once you get this, everything else clicks. AI models have no memory. Every time you open a new chat window, you're starting from zero. It doesn't know your name, your business, or what you were working on yesterday. You have to re-explain everything every single time. It's like hiring a contractor who forgets everything overnight, every single day. And that's the default. That's why most people get frustrated with AI tools. They are treating a goldfish like a long-term employee. To fix this, you need to give Claude a briefing it can read at the start of every conversation. And since Claude Code can read files directly from your computer, we can do that. With a simple folder structure, a few text files, no code, no database, just folders. So this is VS Code. I run my Claude Code here because I can see my folder structure and all the files. One of the most important files in here is Claude.md. This is the beating heart of the entire operation. A .md file or a markdown file is just a plain text file. Your phone's notes app could open it, nothing fancy. But Claude Code reads Claude.md as special. It's the first file Claude reads the moment you start a session. So whatever you put in here, Claude knows before you type a single word. And this is where I define my AI's identity. Mine starts with, you are Pankaj Pahuja's AI COO. Pankaj shoots video and closes clients. You handle everything else. That one line completely changes how the AI behaves. Instead of acting like a polite AI assistant that asks, how can I help? It acts like an executive. It prioritizes tasks. It pushes back on my bad ideas and also holds me accountable. I've got operating principles in here. Triage first, no bluff, bias to action. These aren't nice to haves. They literally shape how Chris responds to every question I ask. And at the bottom are the standing mandates, things that happen automatically every time without me having to ask. See these lines starting with at? That's how I point Claude at the specific files to read at the start of every session. I'm saying, before we do anything, read this file and this file. Think of it like a morning briefing that's already on your desk before you walk into the office. So if Claude.md is the personality, the context folder is the business brain. I've got 4 files in here. Work.md, what I'm building, the tech stack, the business model. Goals.md are the quarterly targets. Behavioral profiles, how I like feedback and decisions handled. And current priorities are the most important files in the entire system. Every Monday, I update this one file with exactly what we are working on. 3 things numbered by importance. When I drop into my terminal on Wednesday morning, I don't brief my AI. I just ask, what's next? Claude reads my current priorities file and tells me exactly what to work on. And because this file is loaded automatically from Claude.md, Claude already knows it before I type anything. It's like your EA has already read your priorities before the start of the morning meeting. Next are the project folders. Every active project gets its own status document. A simple text file that tracks what the project is, where it's at, what's blocking it, and what's next. These are called README files. Right now I've got 5. The AI voice receptionist I'm building for a client outreach system, an agentic content team workflow, a Google Map lead scraper, and this Claude Code setup project itself. I deliberately do not load all these into every session. That'll be like handing someone every document in the office the moment they walk in. Overwhelming and slow. Instead, Claude reads a particular project file only when I ask about it. That's not Claude guessing. That's Claude reading my documentation and summarizing it back to me. The intelligence is still there, but it's grounded in real information. That's the difference. Next is the knowledge folder, which is my research library. You know that feeling when you've done a load of research, made a decision, and then 6 months later, you can't remember why. I had that constantly, but now I don't. Every time I do research like comparing AI tools, analyzing a market, figuring out pricing strategy, I file it here in the knowledge folder. Each topic gets its own page and there's an index.md a one-page table of content. Last week, Chris told me which target customers to go after for cold email and cited research I'd filed from proper deep research session. I didn't have to look it up again. That's the compounding loop. The system earns its keep over time. Okay, now here's where it gets properly powerful. Skills. Every time you find yourself typing the same long instructions to an AI, please do this, in this format, in this tone, using these rules, you're wasting time. You're also getting inconsistent results because you phrase it slightly differently each time. Skills fix both problems. Think of skills like a recipe. Instead of describing how to make pasta every time you cook, you wrote it down once and you just follow the recipe. I built dozens of these. Here's one called Content Cascade. When I finish a YouTube video, I type /content cascade into my terminal. Claude reads the skill file, which has all my repurposing rules, tone of voice, format preferences, and turns my video transcript into social posts, a blog draft, and a short form video script. Every time, same process, consistent output. I didn't write a single line of code for this. I just wrote my SOP into a text file and Claude runs it. Another one, Video Architect. Give it a topic and it designs the entire video before I write a word of script. Hook variations, a 4-act outline, title directions, thumbnail concepts. It's like having a creative director on call. Next is memory. Claude Code has a built-in memory system and I use it to store the things I want the AI to remember permanently. Not just for this session, across every conversation, every project, every month. Think of it like a new employee's onboarding file. All the things you'd have to explain on day one. Your brand preferences, what tools we use, what went wrong on the last project, how we like to communicate. It's all in here. I've got a central index called memory.md. It links out individual memory files like brand decisions, client context, workflow preferences. The index is always loaded, but the detailed files are read only when relevant. This is what makes the AI get smarter over time, instead of resetting. And separately, every meaningful business decision gets one line in decisionlog.md. Date, what we decided, why we decided it, and what the context was. 6 months from now, when I don't remember why I choose one tool over another, the answer is right here. 30 seconds to write, hours of rediscovery saved. Quick reality check, and I want to be honest about this. This is not autopilot. Chris doesn't run my business while I disappear to the beach. I wish. I still make the final calls, I still review the outputs, I still have to keep the files clean. If I stop updating current priorities file, the system gets stale. The win is not replacing your judgment, the win is replacing the repetitive stuff that wastes your time. The briefing, the context switching, the re-explaining, the searching for information you already found last month. So what does this actually give you? No context switching, no setup time, a system that gets better every week because the context gets better every week. And if you ever hire a real team, the entire operating system of your business is already documented. It's all just text files. Hand them the folder and they are onboarded in an hour. Now, if you're thinking this looks powerful and I don't know where to start, here's the minimum viable version. 4 things. 1. Claude.md file. Write your identity and your operating principles. Tell the AI who you are and how you work. Number 2 are the current priorities. 3 to 4 things updated every Monday. Just tell your AI to do it. Number 3, one project readme for whatever you are actively building. And number 4, decisions log.md file. 1 line per decision, date, decision, and why. That's it. That's the whole system stripped to its bones. Everything else like skills, memory files, knowledge pages, you can add as you go. I've packaged the whole setup into a free guide. The Claude.md template, the folder structure, the decision log format, everything. So you're not starting from a blank page. The link is in the description. Download it, drop it into your Claude Code, and you got a clean starting point for your own AI COO. If you build this and it saves you time, hit like and consider subscribing. If you get stuck on anything, drop it into the comment. I'll help you debug it. I'm using the exact system to build end-to-end automations with Claude Code right now. If you want to see what that looks like in action, that video is right here.